Hello, my name is Mohammed Hussein, and in this session we are going to learn about HTML, so stay with me. HTML, or Hypertext Markup Language, is a markup language for the web that defines the structure of web pages. It's one of the most basic building blocks of any website, so it's important to learn if you want to make a career in web development. In this video, I'll walk you through the ins and outs of HTML, how it works on web pages, and we'll also explore a very interesting part of HTML. What is HTML? To understand HTML from front to back, let's look at each word that makes up the abbreviation. Hypertext, text, often with embeds such as images, too, that is organized in order to connect related items. Markup, a style guide for typesetting anything to be printed in hard copy or soft copy format. Language, a language that a computer system understands and uses to interpret commands. HTML determines the structure of web pages. This structure alone is not enough to make a web page look good and interactive. So you'll use assisted technologies such as CSS and JavaScript to make your HTML beautiful and add interactivity, respectively. In this case, I like to break down the three technologies, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, this way, they are like a human body. HTML is the skeleton, CSS is the skin, and JavaScript is the circulatory, digestive, and respiratory systems that brings the structure and the skin to life. You can also look at HTML, CSS, and JavaScript this way. HTML is the structure of a house, CSS is the interior and exterior decor, and JavaScript is the electricity, water system, and many other functional features that make the house livable. HTML tags. Since HTML defines the markup for a particular web page, you'll want the text, images, or other embeds to appear in certain ways. For example, you might want some text to be big, other text to be small, and some to be bold, italic, or in bullet point form. HTML has tags that let you get this done. So, there are tags to create headings, paragraphs, bolded words, italicized words, and more. The image below describes the anatomy of an HTML tag. HTML elements. An element consists of the opening tag, a character, the content, and a closing tag. Some elements are empty, that is, they don't have a closing tag but instead have a source or link to content that you want to embed on the web page. An example of an empty element is, which you use to embed images on a web page. HTML elements are often used interchangeably with tags, but there's a small difference between the two. An element is a combination of the opening and closing tag, and then the content between them. I made another image to help you visualize the anatomy of an HTML element. HTML attributes. HTML tags also take what are called attributes. These attributes are placed in the opening tag and range from style and IDs to classes. They take values, which convey more information about the element and help you do things such as styling and manipulation with JavaScript. In the infographic below, the opening tag contains a class attribute with a value of text. This can be used to style the element or select it with JavaScript for interactivity. Here's the anatomy of a basic HTML page. Let's look at the important bits of code here. Doctype HTML specifies that we're using HTML5 in this code. Before the introduction of HTML5, you had to explicitly state which version of HTML you were coding in with the tag. For example, HTML 4.0, 3.2, and so on. But now we no longer need it. When HTML is written in the code, the browser automatically assumes that you are coding in HTML5. HTML and /HTML, the root, or top-level element of every HTML document. Every other element must be wrapped in it. Head and /head, one of the most crucial parts of the HTML document. Web crawlers look inside the head tags to get important information about the page. It contains info such as the page title, style sheets, meta information for SEO, and lots more. Meta slash, this is an empty element that conveys meta information about the page. Such information may include the author, what type of encoding it's using, almost always UTF-8, responsiveness, compatibility, and a lot more. Web crawlers always look at the meta tag to get information about the web page, which will play a crucial role in SEO. Title and /title, this defines the title of the web page. It is always shown in the browser tab. Body and /body, all the content of the HTML document is located inside the body tag. There can only be one tag on the whole page. What is semantic HTML? Semantic HTML means that your HTML tags convey the actual meaning of what they are used for. Semantics has been an integral part of HTML since its inception in the early 90s. But it never gained particular relevance until the late 90s when CSS started working in most browsers. With semantic HTML, semantically neutral tags such as div and span are frowned upon since semantically more descriptive tags such as header, nav, main, section, footer, and article can do the same thing they do. A noticeable advantage of using semantic tags is that web crawlers are able to index the web page or website easily, improving SEO in return. In addition, a website that uses semantics becomes more informative, adaptable, and accessible to those who use screen readers to access websites. And finally, thank you for liking this video and subscribing.